Hey guys, my name is Dylan Kreitzfeld. Thanks for watching my video. I'm presenting on Dmitry, which is Deep Magic Information Gathering Tool. Kind of a weird acronym if you take out the R and the Y and put in the G, but I digress, so let's get into it. Just some basic information on Dmitry. It is a Unix Linux command line program. It is written exclusively in C language by James Gregg in 2001. Its base functionality is, it gathers subdomains, email addresses, perform TP port scans, whois lookups, and some other information gathering purpose things. It's not gonna hack your network, but it'll give you a good start. Good start on finding out what you need to know. As far as its name, the roots, I can't tell you anything more than that Dmitry is a male Russian name, pretty common Russian name, which is not to be confused with Dmitry Medvedev, of the former president of Russia. Hope you enjoyed that. If we're going to navigate to Dmitry through our Kali machine, it is simply under Applications, Kali Linux, Information Gathering, Live Host Identification, and then there it is sitting there in Dmitry. Truth be told, you don't need to do that. You bring up the command line, you type in Dmitry. That's the same thing clicking on it will do, and I'll show you that in the demo. Moving on, here are our switches that we add on to our Dmitry. The O switch will write the output of our results into a specified text document. You can do any combination followed by the O switch, and then you type in your path to the document you want it saved, and then you would enter your domain that you are scanning or your IP address. Moving on to the I, that's our internet number whois lookup, which is basically getting that IP block that host or target's sitting on. When moving on to our W, that's just our basic whois lookup, looking for name servers. Whose domain is this? It'll show you, who it belongs to, where, things of that nature. Just a basic whois. The N switch, it collects netcraft.com data available, if any. On all my scans I've done, I haven't been able to find any netcraft.com information. That could be that it's my local machine and something's not working. But I'll touch on netcraft later on just so I'm not leaving it out. Moving on, the S switch performs a subdomain search on the target. For instance, I'll scan the dsu.edu domain in my demo, and you'll be able to see all the subdomains, not all of them, but a good list of subdomains sitting on the dsu.edu. Moving on, E is the email address search of the target. Same deal. You type in the E switch after Dmitry, and then you will get, followed by your host, of course, or excuse me, your target, and it should spit out email addresses. Likewise with the N switch, whether it's my Kali machine, I'm sure is the core of the issue, but I haven't been able to get anything on that. It's pretty basic to see what it would do, though. Similar probably to Maltego. The P, which is kind of the bread and butter, same thing as Nmap. It's a TCP port scan of the target. Basically, it'll tell you if there's any ports open. With the F tag, it will tell you if a port is filtered or has a firewall on it, which is helpful if you're going to attack a target, that you're not just lobbing rocks at a stone wall, and you have no idea. So that's a nice little tool. And then also the FBT, all those switches require the port scan switch as well. Your B switch will grab your banners, and your T will grab your time to live, or excuse me, set your time to live. It's default by 2 seconds. There's really not much reason that we need to change it today. So moving on, if you're not familiar with a port scan, you weren't paying attention in networking class, I'll give you the quick route. It's a basically we send out to our target synchronized packets or SYN packets to each port, and if we get something back, it'll be an acknowledgement packet, excuse me, and sorry about that. It waits for an acknowledgement, ACK, and if we get one of those back, that means the port is open, and we'll quickly send a reset packet, RST packet, to terminate our connection before any full TCP connection takes place. That handshake finishes, and so it's like they never knew we were there, but we were. But we found out port 80 is open or whatnot. Our who is, that's basic stuff. They'll find your domain name servers, IP blocks, etc. And I'll show you that in the demo as well. Moving on to Netcraft. Netcraft is a pretty large-scale, well-known internet security service. You can kind of read what they do. I don't have to read this off for you. I took all this stuff from their website, yeah, since I couldn't find any information with Netcraft switch on my Dmitry scan. This is just to kind of show you what they're about, what it is. So I'm not leaving you in the dark. Move on. Here's some examples. If we just went to our command line and typed in Dmitry, it would bring up all our basic functions, our WINS, EP, FBO switches we can use, and a little short description on that. If we had the I tag followed by an IP address, it would perform an internet number who is lookup on that target. That's just to show that we can use both domain names and addresses, just like any other tool. If we were to do the PO tag on Dmitry, that would be followed by the output route, which is we have listed here, root desktop file name, whatever you would name that. That's going to do a port scan and write the output of that port scan of the dsu.edu into our document, which is pretty handy. And then just lastly, if we want to just pipe all our commands into one and send it out, we would just WINS EP FBO followed by our path name to where we want to write that and the host that we are scanning. Also, an easy way to do that is just to simply, if you go to the interface, I'll show you this too, and go to type in just Dmitry, no switches, and just type in your host or your IP address. It will do all functionalities except for write that path, unless you give it one, I suppose. So moving on, we'll get that demo going for you. Log in here quick. Got a sticky A button, my apologies. Alrighty, so we get this up. First thing I'm going to do just to get it going is I'm going to do a port scan. I'm going to add the filter tag. I can throw in the banner tag too. The filter tag just to partway just to see how my progress is going, and we'll do dsu.edu, and we'll just get that thing going. As you can see, just like your normal nmap. It's scanning ports and looking for openings. Moving on, we'll let that kind of run away. We'll just do a basic Dmitry. We will do just our who is stuff of DSU. We'll do dsu.edu just to keep it generic. Our W who is lookup. Obviously, that's domain name, the registrant, the administrative contact, location of all that, technical contact, name servers, and then just kind of when we expire, last activated, and so forth. And then basically the I will just, give you about a humbo jumbo, but will give you your block of IP addresses, which can be handy. Moving on, we can show you I'll pipe out some information to a text document. We'll do a subdomain search, and then we will pipe that out to a root, put it on the desktop, and we can name it DM Demo 2. As you can see, I got a couple practice sessions in, so the desktop's filling up a little bit. And so we will add that to the DSU.edu. That's the target we are scanning here. And as you see, we got our host IP, host name, just like with every other command. And then here we go. We got our subdomains and all our subdomain host IPs here. 9 possible subdomains. And then that is piped out into a nice little text document. So that's helpful if you're trying to keep track or doing a pen test or something of the nature. Kind of just gathering information. You can just pipe it all into a document so you can come back and don't have to redo all this same stuff later. See how that port scan's coming. Like I said, it'll do 150, so we're about half done. Keep showing you the last couple more things here. Like I said, if we just do Dmitry, there's our stuff. Pretty basic stuff. Like I mentioned, there may be some deep magic going on. That's a little phrase. I like that. But last example, we want to just pipe the whole thing out. We give it a just straight up Dmitry, and then DSU. Or you can just to show you that we can do it with hosts. This is my Ubuntu machine, vulnerable machine I have on here. So we'll just do that. And as you can see, it's going through and doing all those things, except for it's not going to write anything because I didn't give it a path, but you get the gist. It is doing the port scan right now, so I'll not worry about that. We'll go back into this just to show you right there. Stopped at 80. Okay, but basically you see all these ports are being got a firewall on them, or they're filtered. And so TCP port 80 open. So we know port 80 is open. Scanned 150 ports, 69 were closed. But you get the hint. I mean, all these functionalities are available separately. But the great thing about Dmitry is you can just go in, pump it all out in 60 seconds, and you can have a boatload of information to have on a target in practically no time. So great tool. Obviously, it's not gonna hack your it's not gonna hack your system for you, but it's a good start to the information gathering process. I mean, and then combined with other things such as Maltego, you can take some of this information, put that in Maltego, and I mean, and Nessus and things of that nature, and you'll have a good footing for pen testing or whatever it is you are doing. So that's my presentation. I thank you for watching and have a great day.